You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. My name is Dylan. That's Steven.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, it's Saturday, 9 p.m. Or it might not be. It could be Tuesday at noon.
That sounds really ominous.
It depends on when you're listening. I just realized I just kind of cornered myself.
Good job cornering.
I assumed I projected my time and day onto everyone else, and I was not aware of what you might be identifying today to be.
Are we really going into identity politics with?
Hey, I want to keep my bases covered, man. You don't. You never know.
Wow.
Today, you never know.
Never know today. You never know.
It would not be surprised. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. I'm dead serious. It would not surprise me one bit to go Google or be on CNN and pop up across the thing and be like, today, a 17-year-old little kid was suing his teacher because he identified as it not being a test day. I know. There's a part of you that admit it. There's a part of you that believes that, there's a part of you that's going, that could happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. You don't want to.
A kid's going to wake up one day and just want to go, you know what? Today is yesterday. And I'm living yesterday today.
You remember all them shows and as a kid used to pretend and wish that Christmas would last forever and over and over and over again. And
now it can. You just got to claim it.
Exactly. Apparently, I identified today as
those
December
televangelists
25th.
Were right.
They claim it.
Blab it and grab it, buddy.
Go, Joe Holstein. Oh. Douchebag. Okay. We got an awesome. I know. I kind of let the cat out of the bag there about how I feel. Anyway. I know. So we have an awesome show planned now that I've completely ruined everything as a train wreck that it was. Yeah, we got an awesome show planned. Again, thank you all for listening. We know y'all could be doing tons of other things, but you're hanging out with us, so we greatly appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yes.
By the way, you can find us on Twitter at DOA Show, also Facebook, Defenders of American Exceptionalism, or you can just Google us.
Google us. We've got an email, but
we'll leave that off for now.
We're leaving that alone for right now. We get enough hate mail through the social media. I don't need you emailing me now. Yeah, but if you want, we drop us a line. We are tweeting throughout the show. We like to engage. We like to be a part of your life as well as you are being a part of ours. So,
hey,
thank you. So, our first story, and a lot of people just kind of, it was a bigger story, but people kind of let it go there for a while. It didn't last very long. It was because it involves money and Europe, and
people don't care in America.
I was gonna say,
Europe.
Nobody gives a damn about Europe. Let's be completely honest. But anywho, the EU fined by this point Google a record $2.7 billion with a B in the first antitrust case ever. Basically, what had happened is the European Union had decided that when Google, who, in case y'all were not aware,
is a search engine.
That's
right.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Stephen, I'm glad you're paying attention.
Yes, sir.
And they're a search engine, which means you will enter in something into their little bar or into their little space. You would type in a word, and it would search
For whatever.
for whatever that was.
Hopefully. Have you seen those videos that, like, if Google was a guy, well, what would go on? And it was like a nerdy guy sitting at a desk and people going to him and saying, "What is blank?" He'd be like, "Really? Really?"
Oh, yeah, I have seen that. That was hilarious. It took me a minute. I'm like, have I seen it? Yeah, I've seen
or the
part
one
of
with
it.
Siri try to.
I saw the Siri one. That one was
was
okay.
awesome.
That was,
It was so good.
great. We'll have to touch that on another show. But
Sidebar.
yeah, let's come back to let's refocus here. ADHD kicked in. Sorry, folks.
That was mine this time.
I know
I'm
it wasn't
sorry.
me.
That was good.
Hooray!
Woo!
But yeah, so Google, in case you're just now tuning in, is a search engine.
Right.
And you put in a word or a phrase or a location or a product or whatever. You entered it into their little section for you to enter things, and you press the enter button. And then what happens is their system will locate everything that has to do with that word or phrase or service or company or what have you.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
All day long.
All day long. Now, apparently, the reason why the EU has fined Google the $2.7 billion, and that's not a stutter. I just want to make sure we're clear on it is billion and not million. But the reason why they hit him, the reason why they're hitting him with this is because they think it is unfair for when Google produces the results of said search. Usually Google stuff is listed first.
Wait.
Mm-hmm. You look like you have a question. Go ahead. You look puzzled.
They're Google, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And does Google have other services
Absolutely.
other than a search engine?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The newest one that popped up that we got advertisement for was Google Express, which is basically
shipping.
It is. Well, it's like
Right?
it's like the Amazon. It's like
so
the
it's
Amazon
Amazon.
grocery.
Oh.
Yeah,
really?
yeah, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Mhm.
So they're trying to expand. So Google's a search engine, and Google
Excuse me.
also happens to have other services that actually pay for the search engine.
Yes. Yes.
That makes it possible for you to have a free search engine, along with the fact that they, supply most of your information to the government. But that's beside the point.
Yeah, that's another
That's
topic for another day.
Whole another day. And so the EU is upset that Google, who is a company that gives you a free service, decides to plug in their own services first.
I believe you've hit the nail on the head. Yes, that is exactly it. And the fact that I don't understand why you're puzzled by this, because clearly it is unfair for Google to be doing that.
Why?
Because it eliminates the ability for the lesser companies, the mom and pop companies to have a fair shake.
Why don't they use Yahoo?
How do you know they haven't?
Why don't they use Ask Jeeves?
I'm afraid of what the next one you're going to name off. Why aren't they using Alta Vista? Is that what the next one?
I don't know.
Was that the next one?
What are you going to say?
Why aren't they using Alta Vista? Because it
come
doesn't exist.
Why aren't they using Netscape? I don't know. It's no longer there.
Because it's outdated and everyone knows that it's garbage. Oh.
Because that's not a search engine.
Because it's not a search engine. That's another good reason why. But no, I'm with you on it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
It's like going to Amazon and asking Amazon for you to find a whole bunch of products, and they show you the Amazon website. It's like, hey, Amazon, I want you to show me all of these things. Okay. Well, here's the closest place on Amazon that you can find it first. If you want to get it, it's at Amazon. Right here. Hey, here I am on Amazon.
How dare you? How dare you actually, promote yourself? And again, as you alluded to, how dare you keep a free service free by paying for
Other services.
with services that you own?
Right. That make you money and your company money, and that way you can then upgrade your services and better your search engine and allow people to keep searching.
Yeah, the fine, which is equivalent to 3% of Alphabet, which is the parent company for Google,
Right.
which is 3% of Alphabet's turnover, is the biggest regulatory setback for Google, which settled U.S. enforcers in 2013 without a penalty after agreeing to change some of the search practices. So, needless to say, and we haven't delved in, and I apologize for not doing our homework on this part of it, but apparently they had the same problem with America. See, I can understand the EU being, socialist and all, but you kind of have to go, well, why did it happen here? It should never have happened here, and yet there it is.
Yeah, it's there. But then again, you also have to look at everything that's going on. I mean, when you think about it like that, with the U.S. enforcement in 2013, they settled out of court.
Yeah.
They didn't even do anything. They were just like, yeah, we'll change some of the ways that we do things. More than likely, it was just, it was like a slap on the wrist. It was somebody got upset, and they brought it to some sort of court.
Yeah.
And the federal government decided to step in for them and take the money instead of, them themselves. But, from what it would sound like some mom and pop company said, Google's taking me out of business because they're promoting their own stuff instead of mine.
Which again...
Wait, I'm sorry. You can pay for Google to promote your stuff.
You
by
can.
The way.
You can. Well, and or if you want to remain, still being free, you can. There's this little button at the very bottom that says. It's hard to spell. It's hard to enunciate it. It starts with an N. It's Nixit, I think is the word. It's Next, Nixit, right? Isn't that how you say that? It's a Google thing. It's
Next.
Yeah.
Well, I would say if my daughter was asking me how to pronounce it, I would tell her go phonetically. Sound it out.
So it's not Nixit. It's Next. Next. Oh, there's a next button. So you can go to another page, maybe, with more stuff on it?
Right, yeah.
Holy smokes.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. What Google has done is illegal under EU's antitrust rules. It denied other companies the chance to compete on the merits and to innovate. Most importantly, it denied European consumers a genuine choice of services and the full benefits of innovation.
Wait, stop. I know. It's the end, right?
Well, yeah, but that's a quote from Decided. No, I realized I didn't do it. That was a quote unquote from the European Competition Commissioner Margaret Vestager.
That's that lady on the front page.
That's the goofy lady on the page.
Yeah, goofy looking lady on the front page.
Okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
Maybe we can answer this. It denied European consumers a genuine choice of services and the full benefit of innovation.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't use Yahoo. They couldn't use the white pages.
AOL still is up and running,
still
barely.
There, but I mean, that's not really a search engine. That's more like a talking place. You don't do much with AOL. I mean, I don't know if they all have dial-up over there or not, but I mean, if they don't,
hey, my wife still has an AOL email account.
Get out of the dark ages.
It's like, yeah.
Get out of the dark ages. You know it's been hacked like 20,000 times.
Oh, no. I've never seen anybody's email like this
You know
before.
what they could use?
Hmm.
They could use DuckDuckGo.
Have
you heard of that search engine?
No.
Oh, it's awesome.
Why am I afraid to ask?
It doesn't track a single thing you search. Ever. It never leaves a cookie.
Yeah, we may have to talk about this one off the air because I don't know.
Yeah, they could use DuckDuckGo, and I mean that would be great for them, right? They could just search through DuckDuckGo, and it would give them all the services that are there. It wouldn't promote anything above and beyond, and it wouldn't give them a baseline based on anything that was going through.
Yeah, excuse me. I had a frog in my throat. It might be Google. No,
Not
quote
been
this.
that lady.
Yeah, no. This decision is a game changer. The commission confirmed that consumers don't see what is most relevant for them on the world's most used search engine, but rather what is best for Google, in quote, said Monique Goyens, the Director General of the EU Consumer Group, BEUC. Basically, they just reiterated that they think their people are stupid.
Yeah. They think the EU is full of a bunch of idiots that can't find their own way out of a paper bag, apparently.
Pretty much. I just... It doesn't make any sense to me, man. Oh, thank God we don't live in the EU. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great.
It just, drives me straight banana sandwich, man. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to visit one day, but I'm not too keen on living there.
No. Those are really good places to go visit. Not really good places.
It's like the beach.
Yeah, you go there for one day, and
Yeah,
then
you don't
you're kind
move
of
there.
out of there.
You don't move there.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'm gonna go not move to the beach.
Okay. All right.
Oh, folks, we're going to be back here in a little bit. We have a good surprise coming for you in the second segment, so hang on to your boots. You are listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. Welcome back, folks. You are listening to the Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. My name is Dylan, and that's Steven over there.
Hey, you guys.
Hey. We have a giant treat for you tonight. A very big treat. We are going to introduce to you not one, but two.
Count them, two.
That's two new Lanterneers that will be joining the Lanterns Radio Network. Both of them have some awesome shows. Up first is Blake Johnson. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing? It's great to be here on your show.
We're having a blasty blast. So we're just going to, we figured that we would bring you on and introduce you to our people and kind of, help kickstart an audience for you. And
Because our people are your people.
yeah, and we have so many people.
So many people.
This is actually might be a detriment to your fan base.
I
here
really
in a
don't know
moment.
how well this is going to work for you.
So we're just going to kind of cross our fingers and here we go.
Oh man, yeah.
So let's
Oh, goodness gracious.
So just briefly tell everybody how you got your start in radio. Like you have a little bit of a background, correct?
Yes. It all really started when I was around 15 years old, and that's when I really got introduced to politics. And I was watching the news, and it was kind of interesting, but when you're 15, 16 years old, you're not really thinking about news a lot, especially if you're a guy. You're probably thinking about video games, things like that. But it was around late 2008, and this guy named Glenn Beck, I don't know if you ever heard of that guy.
That Glenn
he was
Beck
about
guy?
to start his show.
Let's say the name rings a bell a little bit.
Yeah. Some call him a sick, twisted freak, but maybe that's just me. So he started his show on Fox, and I was watching. I was like, wow, this is really interesting. He's a guy who's talking about the news, but it's not boring, entertaining. I can relate to this guy. He's very conversational, down to earth. And then around 2010, I got introduced to talk radio. I started listening to his show and was immediately hooked. I just love the format of talk radio. I love the idea of being able to communicate a message to someone in not just an entertaining way, but in a very principled, consistent way. And not long after that, when I was about to graduate high school, looking for a college to go to, I found one that had a radio program, and I was immediately interested in that. And so I went and started there, and eventually started working at the radio station on campus, and eventually I got connected to people like of the Morning Blaze and the Blaze Radio, and other people as well who really helped mentor me and guide me. And so yeah, that's pretty much where it started, is around that time, and it's been a blast, and I'm very, very happy to get back into it again.
Gotcha, man. That's awesome. Now you say you went through college and you got your career started there in the talk radio business. And what makes you a unique voice in the talk radio line?
Well, it's funny because I've been thinking a lot about this, especially since Dylan, you and I, and Jonathan Dunn, we had a kind of what are you guys looking for in terms of just broadcasters and personalities? And you mentioned intellectual honesty, and to me, intellectual honesty is so important. It's something that is really, really lacking in today's world. I mean, people who said one thing a few months ago are now saying a different thing now, and especially you look at fellow millennials like Tommy Lahren and Michael Yiannopoulos, people who are just bomb throwers, and they just want to just stir the pot and make people as mad as they possibly can, and yet they're not very principled, and they go back and forth on what they say they believe. And to me, I want to be someone who is very pro-American, pro-Constitution, pro-conservative, pro-Christian, all these things and more, and be consistent and honest about it, and admit that I don't have all the answers, but have the humility to say that and find the answer and just be consistent in everything I believe in. So I think it's an unfortunate reality that is a unique quality that is sorely lacking in today's media.
Gotcha. That's not that almost half covers the next question I was going to ask, which was it was kind of what your thoughts were on.
I didn't tell you this before, but I have reading powers, so I knew what you were going to ask.
See, and so
speaking of that intellectual honesty,
I need the lottery numbers, like right now. I'll message you later. We will talk about this later.
We'll talk later. It'll be all
right. So obviously, like, it gives us a glimpse. What are your thoughts on things like, say, obviously the Constitution, founding fathers, society in general, that kind of thing? Like, where do you see America like right now?
Well, I think we are really at I would say a tipping point, but it almost in some ways seems like because I think we are no longer the nation that used to hold to these self-evident truths outlined in the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. I mean, so many people they don't even know our founding. They don't know our history. They only know what they've been taught in a progressive indoctrinated school, or what they've been taught by some friend or parent or so on and so forth. People haven't done the research and basic truths. So I think this country as an object are so divided. I mean, you just look at all the movements going around, like and the resistance and things of that nature, and people who just are concerned about their stuff than they are about eternal truths, eternal principles, things that are going to outlast all of us. And to me, I do believe that we have hope. I do believe that there is hope. There's always hope. But there is hope in the individual and to God and coming back to those things that really matter, those things that outlast, like I said, all of us. And it's just a matter of making that argument, making the case, living what we say we believe, one person at a time. And I really do think that can change things. But it's going to be tough. I mean, we're not exactly in the best right now in terms of, our maintaining our constitutional republic. But like I said, I believe there is hope.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, speaking of that Glenn Beck guy,
Yeah, you did kind of segue.
you kind of segued that into that for us. So, speaking of that Glenn Beck guy, how is your soul, Blake?
How is my soul? My soul's pretty good. Soul's pretty good. It's not perfect. We're all growing, but I feel pretty good about the direction I'm headed and where God's been taking me. It's been a lot of fun being able to just see things that I never saw coming. God making happen and things that I just didn't really think that were gonna happen this fast. Some things I'm kind of concerned about because I really didn't think that He was going to lead me to talk to you guys, but you just got to deal with what you have. So
Don't know how to take that, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know what to be perfectly.
No, I mean, it's a good thing. You guys are amazing. You are truly uniquely talented people.
Just because he's the boss doesn't mean you have to,
Hey, flattery will get you everywhere, just so you know. Oh, so like we said, your show is the third, airing the third. What is the name of your show?
Well, I tell you, it took me many months to really sit down and come up with a good title. So it's hard. It was really hard. A lot of people, a lot of great thinkers to help me out here, and
A real labor of love.
decided to call it the Blake Johnson Program.
Oh, there you go.
Else.
Very good, very solid.
Very
Blake Johnson program. Very solid, yes.
Yes, you can never go wrong. Social media, buddy. Where can people find you?
Well, right now you can find me on Twitter, the great Twitter, at LibertyVille93. That's LibertyVille93, and I haven't yet set up a Facebook page. I know I'm a slacker, but I'm going to very soon before the 3rd,
So, yeah, we know that your show is coming out on the 3rd, so what time is it dropping out on?
9 o'clock. It's going to be on 9 o'clock on, like you said, July 3rd, early Monday morning, but not too early, of course. Give people time to wake up and get ready for the awesomeness, as you guys aptly called it. Of course, the awesomeness of
that would be
me.
Hold on, yeah, but that's
Yes.
9 p.m. Blake, that's not 9 a.m.
He's a millennial. He's a millennial.
Yeah, he's apparently sleeps in. Oh, this is awesome!
Oh,
Like,
you guys are
dude, I am so glad
funny.
to have you on my team. This is awesome. Again, catch him.
Yeah,
With the Blake Johnson
I'm really
program.
glad too.
Blake, I appreciate it, dude, so much. We will keep up with you and have you on again very soon.
Oh, thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it. It's, in all seriousness, it's a lot of fun to be able to work with guys, and I'm excited for the other new people that are getting ready to start as well. I mean, this is going to be a fun ride, and we'll see where everyone gets to take this lens ride forward, and it's going to be good. Really excited.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Blake Johnson, everybody. And speaking of other talents and other people's coming on, the next guy up, he's already waiting on the queue. AJ Davis. Show is going to be debuting on the 6th of July, 10 o'clock. AJ, welcome, man. How are you doing, bud?
Good, guys. How are you? My wife always tells me I have a face for radio.
Good. So you fit in perfectly.
Yeah,
Especially with
along
Dylan.
you guys.
Shut up. Why are you going to say that, man? I'm sitting right here. Okay.
It's the only time I do it.
I know. It's the only time.
Honesty is key to a friendship.
It is. It is. And the best part is we'll be easy to pick out at CPAC because we're going to be the ones wearing paper bags on our heads.
That's right.
Awesome.
Yeah. You ever had an interview with Ted Cruz with a paper bag on your head?
I haven't marked that off the bucket list yet.
Well, we're going to knock that out this year. So
3, 2, 1. All right.
Oh, so, Mr. AJ, couple questions. We want to kind of get to know you a little bit better. Like I said, your show is going to be debuting officially on the 6th of July, right after the 5th of July, which is after the 4th of July.
Really, you're going to go through all of this?
I did. It took
single
me
one
a
of-
moment to realize the reach.
Not quite there.
I know.
Just a little bit far off.
I know. So, people would like to know, how did you get your start? You have a dream for this? Is this something you just kind of plopped in your lap one day? Give us the little Reader's Digest version of how AJ got his story.
Well, AJ grew up in Virginia. He's, I guess I can use I.
Yes, you may.
I've always
please do.
You may use I.
Okay, good, because it's about me and no one else. I've always loved radio, been into radio. I currently live in Oregon with my wife and 3 kids. I
Bless
served
your
in
heart.
the military, and the U.S. Navy, deployed overseas. I got my first taste of politics in 2008, whenever the thing that really made me think and start diving in was when Barack Obama got on that stage in Chicago and said, we are X amount of days away from fundamentally transforming America. And I remember sitting there going, what does that mean? So I started digging into his politics, his policies, and quite frankly, he was a scary guy, but he was an eloquent speaker. He really was. And I've honestly only been paying attention to politics since 2008, and I've just every year increased in my knowledge and dug really deep into it to the point where I felt I needed to get my voice out there.
Gotcha.
And you guys brought me on board, and I'm very excited to be with the Lanterns Network.
Yeah,
Man,
buddy.
that sounds awesome. So, AJ, obviously, you got your start the way that you did, and you heard all the eloquent speaking that was Barack Obama, which brought you more along the lines into this way of thinking, I hope, or more of the conservative way of thinking and thought process. But in that idea, what makes your voice unique in the sea that is talk radio?
What makes myself unique is I'm going to come at every show. Nothing's off limits. I'm going to talk about tough stuff, from gender identity to participation trophies to anything that's happening in the world. I'm a father of 3 kids. I'm thinking of the future for my kids. I'm a military veteran. I've lived in progressive capital, Oregon, and I've lived in what has been realized this week on a news report that Virginia, the most patriotic state in the U.S., that's where I was born and raised and spent most of my life. So I'm an American-loving fool, and I want to tell my perspective to the world.
So I'm going to go the route of Glenn Beck, just because I think this is a little bit fitting to do his question. How AJ, how is your soul?
I think my soul is wonderful since I committed my life to Jesus Christ years back, and he's the center of my world, and I don't answer to him. I answer to a Jewish carpenter is how I take every aspect of life, from praying to any kind of struggles that I deal with. I lift it up to him, and a very smart person told me before that. I said, well, what about, is this prayer, doesn't seem like it's getting answered. All prayers are answered, just not in the way you think they are answered.
Oh, I'm glad you remembered me telling you that. Oh.
That probably wasn't you.
That was...
I said smart.
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch that qualifier.
Yeah. Qualifiers here, guys.
Qualifiers are
here.
important.
Oh, man,
awesome,
that's not good.
Well, that's good to hear. Like I said, it's good for people to have an idea of where they, see if they even know where they stand on things. So, real fast, how can people find you on social media, website?
On Twitter, you can find me at Oregon Redskin, and on Facebook at AJ Davis Podcast.
Awesome. And like I said, your show will be airing on the 6th. You excited?
I am very excited. I am hoping I'm going to be digging deep to have hopefully more than 5 listeners. I know you have to listen, and my family and friends, but I am just praying and digging deep that we have more than 5.
Oh, we'll get there, buddy. Don't worry about that part. You worry about getting the message out, and everything else falls into place. So
yeah, you worry about the content.
Tell you what my message is going to be: liberty and freedom and love.
I suddenly heard like a Jefferson Starship song running through my head just
I
then.
was kind of about the same place, so that's all right.
AJ, dude, we really appreciate it, man. We are going to hang off of here. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll bring it back on again another time.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night. God bless you.
You too,
man.
buddy. Oh, that was fun, man. That was Don't forget to unmute yourself. There you go.
Yeah, it was good times right there.
Some good people, man. We hope y'all will enjoy and listen to them, give them a good, listening to, and give them most support. You are going to be officially listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. We'll be back in a minute.
You're listening to the Lanterns Radio Network. We are the network dedicated to empowering the individual, illuminating the truth, defending American exceptionalism, and inspiring future generations. Stay connected and get involved at lanterns.buzz for great radio. Get commentary and news of the day. Lanterns.buzz.
And welcome back, folks. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism on the Lanterns Radio Network. My name is Dylan. Steven's running the board.
Hey, guys.
Hey. So, as we tend to like to do, being the final segment of the show, we kind of like to go out with a... Normally, most people want to go out with a bang. We want to go out with a laugh.
Because why not?
Why not? The world sucks, and it's good to giggle a little bit from time to time.
That's a great attitude you have there.
It is. It's the world's going to hell in a handbasket, so why not smile? No, I can see that as a bumper sticker.
Oh,
That's
you and Forrest Gump. All right.
Yay! My mama said all life was like a box of chocolates.
I was thinking of, hey, you just stepped in. What do you say to that? It happens.
It happens. Oh, well, no, this doesn't just happen. Unfortunately, this was calculated and thought up. So the one we're going to pick on and laugh is apparently PETA has come out with a new ad. Or several new ads, actually.
Over the past year, yeah.
Yeah.
Slow progression into this.
They should slowly find their way out the door. I never understood the point of PETA. I get it. I'm
people eating testy animals?
Yeah, I know. I'm all for the whole, you don't be cruel to an animal, you don't be abusive, I got that.
Right.
That makes perfect sense, and I'm right there with you.
Yeah, it's all good.
The problem that I have, and the part that I'm not a fan of, is the whole, you don't eat them either. You don't cut them up and chew them. And how dare you? How can you eat that steak and feel good about yourself? And how can you have that pork chop and sleep at night? Very full, actually, is how
I'm quite happy about it.
Usually,
just
how do I sleep after I eat all that pork? Usually on my left-hand side, but my arm up underneath my pillow and have my back up to my wife's back. That's usually how I go to sleep after I have a bunch of pork. And the same with beef and everything else. I don't.
So you go to sleep on an empty stomach, kind of like in a food coma.
A food coma is exactly
full stomach. Yeah,
on a
yeah.
full stomach.
Full
That's
stomach.
why I call it.
Sorry,
I'm slightly comatose.
Yeah, food coma.
It's good
because it's delicious.
It is. Throw a little bit of seasoning on there, depending on what you're eating. And it's summertime too.
Dude, gotta get that grill out.
I'm not kidding. We've been grilling for the past. Let's see. Today, it's been 4 out of 5 days this week.
I heard about them hockey pucks.
Yeah.
I heard.
Well, no, okay. All right. That was a fluke, and I was trying to do it in the rain. You grill one-handed in a monsoon.
It's not a monsoon.
It was when I was doing it.
Come on.
It was raining sideways.
Monsoon.
It was monsooning. Okay, that's not the point. The point that we're talking about and laughing about is PETA. We can laugh about me later.
Yeah.
No, but they did. They've come out with a new ad to try and discourage people from eating animals eating meat.
You know, before we get to that new ad, we really should look at the old ad. You really should.
Do we need to really?
I mean, you really need to. If we're gonna do this, we need to do it right.
Yeah.
You know, because these things, when they come to pass, in, you know,
with a vengeance,
and coming through these areas, and it's just how do these people pass these lines and nobody seems to care or pay attention to any of this mess?
I don't know.
I mean, back in, what was it, October, November of last year. November,
yep.
I think.
November 3rd, 2016. HuffPo.
Even HuffPo says this is a bad thing.
Yeah. If you got the Huffington Post coming at you, telling at you that you're doing, you know, something wrong, you're doing it wrong. It's pretty simple, actually.
Yeah, pretty much.
They hearkened it to comparing a cow. And actually, the headline goes, outrageous new PETA ad compares cows with rape victims. And again, you know, being HuffPo, you'd kind of go, really? But apparently,
No, they've got a video and everything.
Yeah, it's not really far from it.
No, it's a woman talking about a rape experience. Pretty much, but she's actually going through. She's explaining it like she's going through a rape, like she went through a rape experience. But it's actually her talking about the cow.
Yeah, and Oh, again, if the Huffington Post is telling you that you're doing it wrong by comparing a rape and a rape victim with that of what would be a slaughtered cow, soon to be hamburger and steak on your plate, you're doing it wrong.
It's completely wrong. You can't do that. But I digress. They go further and further still.
Yeah, just when you think it can't get any more stupid.
Well,
or
I mean,
mind-numbingly ignorant and
yeah, pretty much. So, their newest ad, how can I describe this? Whoa.
Oh. Sorry, that was an unofficial promotion.
It's not dying. Stop! Wow.
We're going to get in trouble now.
Yeah, we are going to get in trouble for that.
Blame you.
I'm sorry.
It's your fault.
Yeah, it is my fault. Anyway, that's my phone, and my sound was off, which is really weird. It shouldn't have even played that. Anyway,
Anywho.
So the official site, with their signs that they put up, they put them all over Texas, actually. That was the funny part.
That is the funny part.
That's what brought it to the attention.
They are trying hard to mess up Texas, I'm telling you. And these are some of the oddest pictures I have ever seen.
Like, how would you describe them?
Okay, well, the first one shows a woman, if you're looking at the picture, a woman and a man laying in bed. The woman is on the left-hand side, the man is on the right-hand side, and wedged in between them, as if a 2-year-old or young child does for a nightmare, wedged in between them, sleeping soundly, is a cow.
Well, actually, if you kind of look at the picture, the cow's not sleeping. The cow's looking at you.
Oh, is it? Oh.
If you zoom in on the face, the cow is looking at you.
Oh, okay. You're right. I'm sorry. I was looking at it regular, and I just assumed it was part, because it's a black and white cow, so I assumed it was a dot. That's fine.
No. That was his eyes looking at you in a sauntery sort of way.
I do also like the fact that if you notice, since we're zooming in.
that man has a man bun?
Yeah, I was going to say he's laying in bed with a man bun.
Oh, did you notice also that he's getting spooned by the cow?
I did.
Yeah.
That's one thing. And
if I was being spooned by a cow, first off, I'd move.
I see what you did there. But see, that is the white couple. Okay, they have what appears to be a white couple, male and a woman. Now, and then you go to the next one. It is an interracial couple.
Yeah.
Black guy laying on his side on the left-hand side. The woman is laying on her back on the right. And wedged in between them, again, as if a, scared toddler in a thunderstorm, is a pig. Again,
Look,
spooning the man.
Look, I just, okay. All right. I've heard the term porking before.
Watch it.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm going.
Now, again, so you have the white couple and an interracial couple, and apparently you would think this is insane, but no. They've carried it yet a step further. The last picture, there is on the right-hand or the left-hand side, there is a black man laying on his back.
Yeah.
And on the right-hand side is a white man laying on his back.
Yeah.
And in the middle...
And they're shirtless.
Well, of course, they're in bed. This whole thing is about...
Oh, no, you have to...
Yeah, well, but I'm getting there. And in between them is a chicken. Yeah. Now, the funny part about when I say funny, the text across all three of these pictures says, meat interrupts your sex life. Now, I'm going to just, be regular for a second.
Okay.
The only reason why meat interrupts my sex life is because my belly's full.
Okay.
And I have done that a time or 12. When you eat about 6 pounds of hamburger or 3 steaks and you go, oh, I'm full now, unbutton your pants. Oh, I'm good. It's time to take a nap. That's
the
me.
only way that it interrupts it. You go to sleep.
Pretty much.
That's the interruption. Is you
last time I checked, that's a choice. Call me crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I don't.
Is it kind of like the knock knock joke, interrupting cow?
I thought it was like you remember awkward cow?
Awkward cow.
Awkward cow.
You guys can't see this, and I
I know
wish you could, because
that's what makes it funny is that they
doing
can't.
Some weird hand motion over here.
I had udders, and I was doing awkward cow. I don't understand what the big deal is. Actually,
I really hope you don't have udders. I'm just that.
You know what I find amusing?
What's that?
Just sidebar real fast. We're getting this.
Yeah.
Both of us were
This
reading
is a sidebar anyway.
from The Blaze. Okay.
Yeah, this is from The Blaze.
Now,
Sorry.
I don't know if you saw this.
What?
But
I had to put my phone down.
I know, and that's what I'm
off,
saying.
so.
You were not having an interruption again. So you got the article.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shows the picture and the
Yeah.
tweet from Doc Thompson.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now underneath that is an ad.
What's the ad?
Are you ready for this? And
Yeah.
I don't know if this was intentional or not.
No, I don't know. Go ahead.
The ad is teach any dog to not pee or poop inside ever again. Search for by breed only 6 days.
Yes.
It's an ad for animals.
Yes.
I don't know. Someone is like, oh,
perfect. You
this is
guys are
amazing.
on point. Whoever did that, on point.
That is awesome.
He's like, well, obviously you're looking at the PETA ad, so we must put this dog ad here.
Yeah.
How to train your dog.
Just FYI, the PETA's explanation in the fine print below all these images of the ads was that eating meat can clog your arteries and lead to erectile dysfunction. In the 2 other ads, couples have other animals in between them, the cow, the pig, blah, 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 blah. I'm with you. Don't be abusive. Don't torment animals. Take care of them as best you can. However, if you like to eat hamburger, and obviously most of these PETA people don't, but I'm just saying in general, if you like to eat hamburger, sorry, something gave its life so you could eat.
Right.
Last I checked, it involves, personal responsibility and maturity and blah, 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 blah. But my belief and my Bible says that, my God gave us dominion over animals. So, again, you don't be a douche about it. But if I want a hamburger, I'm putting Betsy down.
Sorry.
Yeah, that'll do, pig, that'll do is not good. That's never getting uttered in my house.
I see what you did there.
Thank you. Unless I've just taken a bite from a sandwich. It has lettuce, and mayonnaise.
That'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. And actually, it wouldn't be the first time I'd made a comment like that, but
because it was delicious.
it was
Bacon.
How much time do we have?
A few minutes.
I got a few minutes.
2 minutes.
Oh, I don't have long
2.5.
enough. I was going to go into the story about the. Well, there's a. I'll go in it real fast. They're here in the mountains of North Carolina, out near. Where was that at? I just lost a blank. I completely blanked. Long or the short, there was a lady who allegedly was being robbed, and had turned around and during her robbery, as the guy ran away, decided to run him over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I saw that. It was good. She was charged with assault with a deadly weapon.
She was. She was indeed. But it just kind of makes you... Oh, in Asheville. I'm sorry. In Asheville, North Carolina. Yes. Yeah. Pregnant woman in Asheville was charged after hitting alleged thief with her SUV. And the video of this is amazing.
First off, who was standing around while this lady was getting mugged or whatever, or robbed, and just doing nothing but taking a video and then waiting to watch?
I don't know, but if you watch the video the whole time, you hear somebody from across the parking lot literally say it like this: "Oh no, be careful, look out, oh no." That's how you do it. And I mean, we're talking, it was a distance, boy, and just all you see is thump thump, and she throws that sucker in park, and she waits for the police to show up. It was awesome.
You just killed your mic.
Not the mic. No, I killed my headphones.
Oh, you killed my headphones too.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Well, what are you doing with me, man?
Oh, I killed your headphones.
Yeah, you killed everybody's headphones. What
No.
are you doing?
Here, you called. See,
my goodness.
we're doing technical difficulties here.
This is technical difficulties, folks. And by that, I mean this guy just, decides to smack down wires all the time.
I got big feet.
Yeah.
Sue me, I got big feet.
Well,
Leave me alone.
whatever. We're going to do it like that. And on that note...
I figure, but it was funny. I had the reason I wanted to bring that story, because I had a lot of people go, well, if he was robbing from her, it's... Look, folks, the point of what happened is that the robbery was alleged. Her hitting him was on purpose. I mean, it was clear and it was obvious. So, she'll get off. They'll let her go. She was pregnant. She was hormonal. There's all kinds of defenses for her. It'll be fine. She'll be fine. The baby will be fine. So, on that happy note, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I need to get some hamburger.
Bacon.
Maybe hamburger and bacon. Anyway, you can find us on Twitter at DOAE Show. You can find us, Defenders of American Exceptionalism, on Facebook. Make sure you look at us. Our archives for all of our past shows is defenders.lanterns.buzz. And check out our parent company, lanterns.buzz. You can get tons of articles of other amazing, amazing broadcasters. Folks, it has been a blast. We will see y'all next week.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.